Yo, what's up guys, it's Seeker here with another enhancement shaman guide. Here we're just gonna go through what best legendary in every moment is. Okay, it's trolling. But yeah, we're gonna be going through now a little bit of an enhancement guide. A lot of you people have been wondering when I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna make one, and yeah, I'm just gonna be talking a little bit what's new, what I think, my opinions, and you know what's gonna be good. So let's look a little bit what's been new and what's gonna be a big pump. So right now, Chain Lightning, you don't really press this ever as enhanced. It's a very dead global you never want to press. Lava Lash is kind of nice filler when you do press it. It's like a decent nice filler you can press when Storm Strike is on ZD or anything other, like Sundering, whatever, you know, like the whole package where you don't have anything to press, you press Lava Lash just to have something to press. What is kind of huge buff people were telling, you know, saying before this patch was like, yeah, Stormkeeper for enhance. I'm like, what? Like what? Stormkeeper for enhance? They buffed lightning bolts and chain lightning that is increased by 300%, so they double it from 150 to 300%, which kind of, you know, you think is kind of big. And then increase the damage by lightning shield. To be honest, lightning shield damage is always kind of piss, you know, like there's some nice extra piss damage on your details, but it's nothing like crazy numbers. I think it ticks for like 600 maybe, crit maybe if they hit you. Yeah, melee. Then you have the Covenants, Kyrian. You never play Kyrian, so it doesn't really affect you. Night Fae, you don't really play Night Fae enhance. I would not recommend it. Necrolord could be a thing now with the buff to it. There could be like a Stormkeeper pump with Necrolord. It could be a thing. I haven't actually got to try it, but it could be a big thing. But the biggest thing is the legendary Legacy of the Frost Witch. That increases your Storm Strike. It went from 50 to 30%, which is kind of big buff, I would say. And more than that, it's like there's not much change more than that. It's like just the biggest changes are the Legacy of the Frost Witch that increase your Storm Strike damage, and the Lava Lash damage. So yeah, that's kind of it in the thingy. What I would recommend, like 99% of all enhancement shamans that have been playing right now, like Turbo, whatever you've been playing, everyone is kind of using the Doom Winds. I still think this legendary is crazy good still, even though now people started to learn. They have started to learn how to kind of disable this one, because it's kind of obvious when you do press it, because when you do press your Doom Winds, it comes like a debuff here, you know, like even here they can see that you have 12 seconds. Usually you just get disarmed by a warrior or the Stormbolt interfere, which is very annoying. So now what I will say is a very good thing to get is to get the Legacy of the Frost Witch, just because you don't there is no, like, you know, the warriors, they'll be like, when do I press my disarm? When do I press my Stormbolt? When will I want to give the enhancement shaman a hard time? There is no, like, you know, Doom Winds, they're like, oh my god, the people have weak auras, they're like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, you know? With this, it's a steady pump. It's a steady pump, which is kind of good. I would recommend playing this into teams that doesn't have disarms. Like, let's say you're facing, that has disarms. That has disarms, like warrior teams will be very good. Windwalker teams, yeah, most of the time warrior teams, I would say it's a good legendary to do it. I even like playing this. I would probably say I would actually like playing this into god comps as well, because Doom Winds usually gets very easy. How do you say? Easy brutalized. If you face a god comp as Turbo, there is kiting, you know, like it's very hard. It's very, very hard to connect and have a good uptime with Doom Winds. He has fades, maybe he has gates, you know, whatever comp, you know, you face. It might be a bit small, a bit of a small hard time for you to come there and connect. So this one is overall a very good legendary, but when you do have a lot of uptime and you don't face a class that has Disarm or Shadow Priest, I will still recommend just playing Doom Winds. This is overall still the best legendary for you for damage. Like there is no legendary out there that will give you as much damage and pump when you're pressing this. When Doom Winds is out, you do pump very hard, very, very hard. And when you're playing Doom Winds, make sure you always reapply your weapon. It's kind of maybe annoying, but every game you join the arena, always press the Wind Fury weapon and the Flame Tongue weapon, otherwise it won't work and your legendary is gonna be completely useless and you're gonna be like, why is my damage so low? And that's why, because you didn't reapply your weapon enchant. And also when you are playing this Doom Winds legendary, every game you need to play Forceful Winds, Storm Flurry, Elemental Assault with the Unruly Winds. It's like without these 4 talents together, you won't be pumping as hard. So this is the most important. So Unruly Winds, Forceful Winds, Storm Flurry, and Elemental Assault. That's like kind of standard. Maybe you guys already know about this, but yeah, that's very, very important that you are using this. So yeah, when you are gonna be playing, so you're gonna be playing with 2 legendaries. I recommend you getting like having this and this. If let's say you want to get first legendary, I would still say get Doom Winds. It's overall gonna be your best legendary. But yeah, Legacy of the Frost Witch is a very good secondary legendary you should be getting, and you're gonna be swapping around a little bit. So when you do play Legacy of the Frost Witch, what you wanna be talents we wanna be using. I've been trying and hearing a little bit as well what other people think, and some people play Elemental Blast. They go away from Forceful Winds because the Wind Fury is not, you don't have any Wind Fury. You don't really benefit from playing it. So you have the Storm Lash still here, and then you play still Elemental Assault. So this kind of would be your talents, I would say. For that kind of legendary, you just change to this. What you could be doing is, I've seen people playing actually Lashing Flames, which is this one is kind of OP for, your Flame Shock, because your Flame Shock actually takes very hard with this. I know Sopsy plays this into some matchups. I actually don't know exactly which matchup he plays it in, but it's big damage. It takes very hard for being a Flame Shock. It takes for, 900. It can crit up to 2k, which is big damage. So yeah, if you don't want to play with Eleblast, I would recommend you playing that talent. It's not bad. Kind of can try it out yourself a little bit. What you think? I kind of could like to play this into gold comps, because maybe Eleblast you want to use your Maelstrom on healing instead. But when you have uptime, Eleblast does a decent damage. You can do big damage with it. So yeah, this is kind of your standard. But people with the Stormkeeper, we're gonna be talking about the big changes. So Stormkeeper with the Chain Lightning, I will not say it's not really the move as Enhance. I still kind of like playing with Sundering. It just feels better in the games, and the damage might slightly be better with Stormkeeper, maybe slightly, but as Enhance, it gives you like a win condition as well, because you kind of guys know that the only comps you have as Enhance is Turbo and like Windwalker Enhance. Usually it's melee cleaves. Maybe you can play Beast Cleave as well with a Beam Hunter, which could be good. But yeah, like Sundering is just overall so good, just because you can incap heals. Like you're doing a storm. Let's say you're playing Turbo, you Stormbolt into DR Sundering into cap, or just what I used to, like a small tip I can give to some guys who might play. Sometimes to do a go as Enhanced, you can just Sunder first, like you press, like look, this can also be a go when you are playing arenas. What I do sometimes is like you chug a cap before they can kill it, you spam, you Sunder. Now I didn't actually have Sunder ready sadly, but you like cap first and then you Sunder, because then they like they have like a half a second to react, and they might, usually most people won't be able to react to kill the cap that fast. So that could be a very good tip that you guys could be using. Urban Spike. So this now, what I want to say is, when you do play with these Forceful Winds, this could be like, this is where I would like to play if I faced gold comp. Let's say I'm playing into gold comp, I will probably play these talents. This is probably what I would play with where I won't be able to connect. So with the Legacy of the Frost Witch, I will probably play these talents. Yeah, this is the talents I will probably play where I face someone that has a disarm, but will still have a lot of uptime. I will play this. I will go away from Ascendance and just get Urban Spike for just more more overall is stable damage. Like it's gonna be pumping. Like now, obviously we have Doom Winds up because I don't actually have the legendary yet. But yeah, you will just be pumping, making sure you just press Irvin's back on CD. You're gonna be doing big pumps with this, and you just like every time you have level up, you see increased damage by Flame Shock. It's big damage. I think you can even do the buff it by pressing Irvin's back first, and then you just pump. So yeah, that's gonna be your. It's gonna be big overall stable damage. You don't gonna have any as much burst as you can maybe used to, but you're just gonna be overall doing higher DPS, more pressure in that way. Do you want to have this one-tap potential or big burst potential? But I would recommend you playing this into cleaves that have disarm. Like Turbo Mirror might be even decent as well. Yeah, just in general will be decent. So now the biggest change I will say what I have changed in my enhancement thingy is that I've been playing a lot of instead of shamanism used to be the move. They kind of fixed the thing before. Blood costs a lot of mana now for some reason on Horde, or not for some reason, but it used to be free. So I started like playing Thunder Charge that ramps up your friends and your CDs quite a little bit faster. So when do you want to press this button? You don't want to press it like if you were starting the game right now. You don't press it now. Like you want to press it when your boys press some CDs. Let's say you are pressing the Rick and you play like playing with a warrior. Let's play Turbo. Your warrior fears, he wrecks, he pops all the CDs. That's the time you press it. You don't press it before because then there is no value. You don't get any value from it. So yeah, you need to press it cooldowns before, otherwise it won't ramp up, which is gonna be, some people might not know that. But yeah, Swelling Waves now is mandatory, I would say. It's just super good talent, makes you tankier, playing with Refreshing Waters. Like as Enhance, I would say you play General Draven, like it's just, you could play this one as well, it doesn't really matter too much. I like playing this one, the Hold Your Ground. It's just so good, more damage, more healing and more stamina when you're standing still. Some of the Turbo Mirrors I've had, they literally, what you do all game, you don't move, you just stand still. You literally just stand still. It's kind of silly, but yeah, you just stand completely still, and you just, you just pump. When you are playing the Turbo Mirrors, what I would recommend you guys be doing at least is when you're playing with a warrior, that your warrior plays duel. He plays a duel, and you coordinate. Like when I used to play Doom Winds, my warrior always will tell me, when are you gonna pop? I will just intervene you, because when he intervenes me, I can't get disarmed, so I will have 6 seconds of peace when I do press my Doom Winds, which is kind of good. But yeah, you guys can try out a little bit for yourself which one you like more. They're both viable, very viable. The Frost Switch and the Doom Winds. I would probably say the Doom Winds still might be the move still for Turbo Mirrors, because you need the burst, and the games are very, how do you say, they're very fast and intense. They're very intense, and it's a bit random sometimes. You guys might be wondering if is there any other legendary might be good for the Enhance, and I would say you could be playing Chain of Devastation just for fun, to be even more like. Can you imagine Enhance with Chain of Devastation? How ridiculous that would be. You guys would be immortal. Like, because for Elle, you're kind of, you're doing good healing if you spam this all game. Can you imagine an Enhance with Enhance healing and everything? Big problem. That would be big problem. I would recommend that you guys want to try it out, and if you have Soul Ashes, just for fun playing, get this legendary as a try. It could be super broken, because there's no, how do you say, you can spam it all game like I showed you guys in the LA guide, which is kind of OP. Cepheus, not really needed. Witch Doctor could be okay. Deeply Root Element, I would say it's like it's a bit too much RNG, and you might proc this when you can't even hit anyone. It's like I would just recommend, I will just say get Doom Wind still first. I think this is still the main one, and then Legacy of the Frost Witch is kind of the move, I would say, in that regard. Might be wondering what's the damage addition. I can show you guys a little bit what I kind of like doing when I play my Enhance. Okay, so we buff up our weapons. We'll have a lightning shield up. So what I like to do is every opener, like depending what I face, Feral Spirits, first globe. I want to see you guys pressing this first globe when the gates open. It's very big. Into Rogue Mage, I like playing Earth Elemental, and you play the Vital Acceleration, yes, you get more HP, and you're gonna be a bit more tanky in the openers into Rogue Mage, which is very good. So into Rogue Mage, I would recommend you getting the Earth L out in the openers. Yes, you see my HP is 53k, which is kind of hard to someone to get you down. So yeah, okay, you get your Feral Spirits out, you start with a Flame Shock, maybe you go hit him a little bit. You always want to spam your Storm Strike, Crash of the Lightning after, maybe you get a proc if you're lucky. Then you just press your fillers with Lava Lash while everything is ramping up. Let's say it works like, okay, we're gonna Stormbolt go. What you should be doing, very important, I see a lot of people don't do, is when you do Doom Winds, let's say you Doom Winds now, you Storm Strike. When you press Ascendus now, like let's say now Crash of Lightning, you proc it. Like I don't press my Storm Strike, I mean Ascendus until I know it's seeded, because when you press Ascendus, you reset your Storm Strike, so you can actually get more value. That's why maybe sometimes my Doom Winds might hit harder than everyone else, which is kind of big. Some people might not know. And then you can like, oh my god, like let's say he's getting pumped, you Sunder into a Chain Harvest. But yeah, like Enhanced Rotation is quite easy, but yeah, that's like a small thing some people might know. I can always press Healing Stream on CD, Crash of the Lightning, okay, I did not get a proc, Lava Lash. Here you're like sitting with 10 stacks. I usually use this for healing because you're not gonna be sitting at 100% HP into everything. So most of the time I use my Maelstrom on healing, and I do sit on them quite a lot. I'll be recommending use, don't spend I don't really spend my Maelstrom on anything else than healing. Sometimes I might do a Lightning Bolt if they are very low. It could be worth. This weak aura, I will link you guys in the description. Very useful if you're playing the Doom Winds. It's super nice just seeing here, when you can pop. And yeah, and always press your Feral Spirit on CD. You see I'm spamming buttons. Okay, Sunder. Okay, we get the proc, and then we don't have a proc. Try Crash over Lightning. Oh, we get a proc. And just pressing buttons. Like sometimes you might know you don't have anything to press. Maybe you do a purge, maybe you do a heal. You always, like sometimes you do get kited. Okay, let's talk about the kiting part. So when you are playing Enhance, what you kind of have with your mobility is Door of Shadows. You have Door of Shadows, so you can like Door of Shadows to someone here, and you can pump. What I've been playing into some mages as well is Teotar. You should not be playing this one anymore, because I don't like playing Shamanism. I mean, the Shamanism, so you get hero. I don't play this anymore. I will probably play the what's called. Just Thunder's Pulse, whatever, it doesn't really matter too much. Probably I might not even go this way. I'll probably go here. Yeah, I will go here, and then I will just put Focus Lightning here. That's gonna be the move. So yeah, when you Door of Shadows, you come out of the roots, which is very nice. Then you have your Spirit Walk, that also makes you come out of the root. So into mages, maybe like, let's see if it's MLD or something like this, where you might be starting to connect our SPs. I do play, or Shadow Play, I do be playing Feral Lounge. So what you're gonna be having then, you have Feral Lounge, very OP, very nice, it's a charge, but you lose lower NG, you lose your Nature's Guardian, but you do have a bit more connection where it's gonna have some more uptime, which is very nice. You also have Door of Shadows, you can Door of Shadows away, behind a pillar. It can be a good offensive and defensive, or to connect, which is very OP. And yeah, there is a lot of things with Enhance that you're playing when you're playing Venture. Is that, let's say, what you can do, small plays, like maybe some people don't know, but for example, when let's say you're facing a RMP, your warrior is getting Shadow Duel. Usually a rogue, they do one tap you guys in Shadow Duel, maybe not yourself, but let's say they would try to kill your warrior healer. What you can do, which is kind of nice, because Chain Harvest is a little bit, it works through Shadow Duel. So let's say this guy is your boy. Sarin is in Shadow Duel. Okay, I'm just gonna get my stacks up. 1 second. Okay, we're just building more stacks. The 5 stacks. Okay, we have 5 stacks now. His Shadow Duel, let's say, is 10%. What you can do, you cannot target him. That doesn't work. You won't be able to target him. But if you stand like this, look, then you can Chain Harvest. You see, it goes through. It heals him. It heals your teammates. So it can save your teammates' life. You can also Sunder through if you know where it is. You can Sunder him to help heal your teammate, which is can be very useful as well. And yeah, that's just a little bit of a small place. But what I was gonna say with Fair Lounge, why you play it most of the time into SPs is because of mind games. Into RMP I do not play it because you can still, it's kind of your worst job to master reflect your mind games. But into Shadowplay or God Comp, I would recommend you playing Fair Lounge just for more connection. And SPs do move and kite a lot, so sometimes it is hard for you to bit connect, I would say here. To bit connect. So yeah, that's pretty much, you know, what I wanted to say about thingy. Some guys were wondering maybe we'll be playing Hot Hand with Lash and Flames and the new legend. I mean, not the legend because the buff Lava Lash. I heard a friend told me, I'm not 100% sure, but he told me the damage is kind of piss. It's not that good. So I trust him by that. I might be wrong, so I actually haven't tried out that much. But yeah, like I said earlier, into stuff who has disarms, I will go Legacy of the Frost Witch, where you're gonna have, you know, you're gonna be doing maybe less damage burst wise, but overall more damage. And some guys might not even know when to disarm anymore. Maybe they will be even waiting for your Doom Winds, which is gonna be, you know, get good times, because most people nowadays, they have weak auras. They have stuff to see when you have your Doom Winds up, and they know now after a while it's a big problem. When you press this button, it's gonna be big damage coming. But yeah, hopefully I did not forget anything. If you guys have any questions, don't worry. I'll try always answer here in my YouTube channel, chat, Discord, or my stream. And yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to follow or subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy. I'm gonna be posting much more videos. Gonna be trying to get some positioning, just, you know, kiting, funny clips, even some tournament games maybe I will put up just for you guys to see. And yeah, I hope you guys had an awesome weekend, and hopefully this will help a little bit in the, you know, for you guys. But yeah, don't hesitate if you have any questions, and peace, have a good one, and I will hopefully see you soon. And peace.